If you're managing your business credit like it's 2020, you're walking straight into a trap. And I need you to hear me clearly today. The lenders have updated their algorithms for 2026, and the old tricks, they are not working the same way anymore. You know the move. Max out the card during the month, pay it down 2 days before the statement cuts. Let it report low. Protect your score. That strategy used to work, but not anymore. I am seeing business owners with 700, 720, and even 740 scores getting denied. Not because their score is low, but because their behavior pattern tells a different story. The new models don't just look at where you are today. They look at who you've been for the last 24 months. They watch your financial anxiety. They watch your usage spikes. They watch your patterns. And if your credit activity looks like stress, the system flags you. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what changed, why good scores are getting denied, and the one adjustment you must make in your credit, your business, and your life if you want to stay fundable in 2026. Now, you've got to like this video because this video is a game changer for you. So let's get after it. So we got to look at the hard data to see what changed. Now, if you watched my video on the Vantage 4.0 and FICO changes, you already know something major shifted. We are no longer living in the FICO 8 world. The lenders are moving toward FICO 10T and Vantage 4.0, and that's T, and it matters. The T stands for trended data. Let me explain this very simple. So before 2026, the credit algorithm took a snapshot, a picture. If your card reported 9% utilization, you looked safe. It didn't matter if you maxed it out earlier in the month. It did not matter if you were stressed. It didn't matter if you were floating payroll. The system saw the picture, not the story. But now, the algorithm watches the movie. It sees if you max out every month. It sees if your balances trend upward. It sees if you revolve high balances consistency. It sees if you are carrying debt longer. And here's the big shift. High utilization, even if paid off, is now interpreted as high risk behavior. You've got to let this sink in. So if you're going 40, 50% anytime during the month, it looks risky. They are not just asking, what is your score? They are asking, how do you manage cash flow? And if your data shows you are riding the edge every month, the system assumes you are under pressure, and lenders do not fund pressure. They fund stability. So now we have business owners saying, but my score is 720. Yes, but your trended data looks unstable. You look like someone who needs the money, and the banks want to lend to people who don't need it. It's crazy, but that's the way it is. That's the shift. That's the 2026 rule that is quietly killing approvals. And so it's not about math, it's about a mindset. Now you can try to hack this if you want. Open more cards, shuffle balances, move money around, play the shell game. But listen to me very carefully. That isn't going to do it for you. That's what's called working harder, not aligned. The algorithm has basically become a lie detector test. It detects chaos. It detects inconsistency. It detects scarcity. And here's where most people are going to miss this thing. If you are consistently riding the limit of your credit, that is not a credit score problem. That is a revenue problem, or worse, a mindset problem. Let me speak directly to the men in their 40s, 50s, 60s. We were taught to grind. We were taught to survive. We were taught to rob Peter to pay Paul. We were taught that struggle means you are working hard. But in this new economy, that chaotic energy shows up in your data. Your credit report is now a reflection of your nervous system. If you swipe because you're nervous, if you swipe because you hope revenue will come in, if you swipe because payroll is due, and you are praying a client pays, the algorithm sees it and it interprets it as instability. This is why I teach credit, business, and life alignment. Because if your life is unstable, your business becomes reactive and your credit becomes the emergency plug. And when credit becomes the plug instead of the lever, you lose funding power. Hard work does not build wealth. Alignment builds wealth. Let me tell you a quick story. I worked with a business owner named Marcus. Marcus had a 715 credit score, solid history, no collections. But every month, his cards hit 60%, 70%, 80%. Because of Marcus, had to adjust my teaching. He paid them down before reporting, but the trended data showed the pattern. So you know what? Denied twice. We didn't fix his score. We fixed his cash flow rhythm. We fixed his pricing. We stopped him from overextending projects. 3 months later, same score, different usage behavior. Approved for $175,000 in lines. It wasn't math, it was alignment. The system is not punishing you. It's measuring your consistency. And consistency is calm energy. Desperation is loud. And lenders avoid loud energy. So the solution is you've got to get an alignment here. So how do you beat this 2026 rule? You don't figure it and fight it. You align with it. Here's the strategy. Step 1, life. Stabilize your personal spend. Stop panicking. The algorithm smells desperation. If your personal finances are chaotic, your business will reflect that. You need 3 months of stable personal expenses, predictable spending, no emotional swiping. If you feel tight, do not swipe to feel relief. That pattern shows up. Calm spending equals calm data. Step 2, business. Match credit usage to revenue, not hope. This one is huge. Stop projecting hope. Start projecting numbers. If your average monthly revenue is $20,000, your credit usage should reflect a business operating at $20,000, not a business dreaming of $40,000. If the cash isn't there, do not swipe. If payroll depends on a credit card, your structure needs work. Funding should scale growth, not plug leaks. Step 3, credit tactic. The 10% rule. Let me be clear. The old 30% utilization rule, it is dead. If you want premium funding in 2026, you want 10% or less reporting, not occasionally, consistently, across all revolving accounts. Why? Because under 10% shows strong liquidity. It shows you are not dependent. It shows you have margin. Margin is attractive. Margin is fundable. Now, this requires discipline. It may require increasing revenue. It may require cutting expenses. It may even require raising prices. But the goal is simple. Operate from overflow, not survival. When your credit report shows overflow, approvals get faster and easier. Limits get higher, rates get better. Now, here's the deep truth. This is what really matters. The banks want to lend to people who don't need the money. This is crazy sounding, but this is the reality. It sounds unfair, but it's reality. When you look calm, when you not only look calm, but your business stays low and your balances stay low in that business, when your revenue is predictable, you look like a low risk asset. And funding flows toward low risk asset. Money is attracted to stability. This is why I always say mind over multi-millions. Your internal stability becomes external capital. If your identity is survival, your data will reflect survival. If your identity is overflow, your data will reflect overflow. The algorithm is simply measuring who you are being. Now, let's recap the 2022 credit rule that is killing funding. The system now watches the movie, not the snapshot. Trended data exposes high utilization patterns. High usage, even paid off, signals risk. The safe zone for premium funding is 10% utilization or less, and you never go above 30% usage at any time during the month. Real solution is alignment in credit, business, and life. This is not about gaming the system. This is about becoming the type of operator the system rewards. When your life is stable, your business becomes predictable. When your business is predictable, your credit becomes powerful. When your credit is powerful, funding becomes leverage, not survival. If you want to stop chasing scores and start building a business that flows, I've broken down the full CBL Wealth Blueprint, and I'll continue to talk about that here, and I'll continue to give you options to connect so that you can move in what you believe for. Listen, you got to fix the root cause, not just the symptom. And if this helped you understand what is really happening in 2026, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below aligned, because in this economy, alignment is the new approval. I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.